previously on Gears.
Time for Daisy's Double Ds, which of course is brought to us by the fabulous people at Cell C and Red Bull Mobile.
Weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Central African Time.
Beautiful.
Gears with Sasha Martinengo. On balls.co.za.
So Daisy, what's on Daisy's Double Ds? What's on Daisy's Double Ds? Tell us.
Okay, today on my Daisy's Double Ds, we have a very special guest in studio. It's the beautiful, awesome, lover of Ian's voice, Dorothy Black.
Special or special?
ENF.
What?
You said you got the lovely, gorgeous. Are you talking about Ian?
ADB. Daisy's gone.
Attention deficit. Oh, breakfast.
Anyway, a supporter of sex positive thinking and all right. It's actually attention deficit butterfly, not breakfast. Where'd you get breakfast from? Anyway, a supporter of sex positive thinking and all-round self-acceptance.
What's portrait of sex? What?
Supporter. Dot has dedicated herself to the job of sex journalism and blogging and writes regular columns for Woman 24, Balanced Life.
Hi, Dotty.
A little PGA clap there for Dotty.
We need to pull the microphone towards your mouth, though.
A little. It's a rare treat for us to have. There you go.
This is Ian's trick, but it's
Yeah,
Ian's trick because look where the camera's pointing now.
On Dotty's breastises.
There you go.
Dotty, it's such a rare treat for us to see you. I mean, we talk to you and we see you on the pictures over here, but now we can see that you do have the same hair.
And the same hair and the face.
Hey, how's your hair in Joburg?
My
Less
hair
frizzy.
is fine, my skin is not. My lips are cracking, my nose is cracking, my sinuses are dry. But I don't care because the sun is shining, it's beautiful weather, and it feels like summer.
And they're friendly people.
I've got a
here.
tan today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All over.
No.
Oh, were you staying in one of those residential complexes where you have
Well,
to?
no, I wouldn't mind getting like all over tan, but there was someone in the house, so I felt modesty.
And it wasn't somebody you had invited.
No.
Well, unfortunately. So what are you doing in Joburg?
Well, I'm busy speaking to Student Village about a student sex survey.
That's Jono Dix.
Correct.
I know
yes.
Jono.
What an unfortunate name for a man who's doing a sex survey.
Jono Dix.
Jono Dix. So yeah, we met on Wednesday to discuss the context of the survey and the questions, and it's going to be really exciting.
Really big. Well, okay. But surveys through Student Village.
A survey through Student Village for students about students and their sex lives and how they deal with their sex lives on media and face-to-face with their boyfriends, with themselves, masturbation, just the whole thing.
That sounds very, very cool.
Very exciting.
Now, because we don't really have a question today, because we just want to pick your brain.
Oh, right, yeah. So it's sort of like a open mic
Yeah,
session,
open
which
mic.
scares
Open
me a little
mics.
bit, because then I was like, whatever is Ian going to come up with?
Hey,
So I
hey,
steel
hey.
myself in waiting for...
I'm really not that bad, Dotty. I'm just, like you,
Not that bad.
I'm fairly
Glad you
open
qualified it.
about cock titty wank bum shitty poo
Whoa, okay.
titty.
Can we say this
lick.
on air?
I'm fairly open with stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Daisy, on the other hand, is very shy, and Sasha blushes a lot. He's
Well,
very
He
very
does.
open.
I'm
Yes.
not at all. I'm an absolute prude.
Yeah.
Catholic. I've only ever had sex twice because I've got 2 children.
Twice in one
No,
day?
because I've
or-
got 2 children.
Oh, okay.
That's how I practice.
That you know of.
Yes.
No, of-
No. I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
I mean, because you've been writing about sex and relationships and that for quite a few years now. Has it opened up in the sense of have people become more receptive to it? Are people becoming a little bit more open to accepting what they are reading? I know that you get always the trolls and the morons who sit there and go, "Oh, shut up."
Yeah, you know
what
what?
I mean?
I think the trolls and the people who are really anti it there's been less of feedback from them. So if I write a column, say for Women 24, I have less nasty feedback than what I would have had if I started at the beginning. So I think they're probably becoming more used to the fact that that this kind of thing is being spoken about, that I am speaking about, and that there's this platform. It's not like they're going on to News 24 and being surprised that there is sex there now. In general, I think people are maybe in the platforms on the platforms that we're used to. So the online, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the interwebs, the whole. I think on those platforms, people are more open to it and are more open to speaking about it. I think in general, South Africa is still pretty close-minded.
Do you?
So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Ernie Black is one of our greatest supporters. He lives all the way in Canada.
Okay, yeah.
Hell of a nice guy. And he just
It's
says,
breakfast for him now.
tune in to Ballz Radio now. My long-lost sister at Dorothy Black is on with Daisy Ian
I know it.
on something to do with sex. He's the greatest guy. He's just awesome. You must read his poetry.
I will do this.
Yeah, he's very cool.
I will do this thing.
All right, Daisy, what are your questions for Dot? Because now it's face-to-face, and you never ask any questions.
I didn't have any because I thought we were
come on,
going to have a
Daisy.
question from someone else.
No, but don't you have a question for Dottie? I mean, you've been in a
Dottie, you're
relationship.
so pretty. It's so nice
That
to
is
meet
why is
you.
everyone so sweet here?
But I mean, you've been in a relationship a long time.
Yeah, but
mean,
I don't have questions.
No, but surely you've got to ask something, you know?
And also, people are like, people are quite, if they're going to ask, they want to ask anonymously.
No, I don't mind asking. I just don't have anything to ask.
Yeah, right.
Sasha, on the other hand, has plenty to ask. Do you?
Nothing to ask.
I want to talk about men and them being open about asking about sex. I think men are more shy than women when it comes to being out in a forum. When us guys are with our guy friends, we're like, but Donnell, that chick is it down there. You know how it is.
Is that how you really speak?
No,
No.
Is that how men really
No.
I don't know, of course
With
not.
that
Not like
accent
that at all,
too.
Dottie. Don't worry about it.
It all depends. Depends which part of Joburg you come from.
That's right. If you're from Edenvale, right?
Yeah, if you're from the Vale,
You do
score
that
a
so
minute.
well.
That's right, eh?
then
That's
you
right. Okay.
then you just tune Marochas.
My
Good.
cousin.
China.
So, Dottie, what I
I've
want to
lost.
know.
It's like listening to
That chick was unbelievable.
Flip it.
She could do the helicopter, but
She comes past me.
she nearly broke my nose.
I'm not listening anymore.
You guys are giving us a headache.
I actually have a headache.
Dottie, what I want to know is,
Yes, Ian.
do men
That's my important voice.
Do
Yes.
men
Yes.
approach you with questions, or do more women approach you with questions? Do more men or
Do you
women?
mean face to face?
No, just in general.
Oh,
Because
it
you are
is-
being bombarded with people asking you stuff, right?
It is absolutely middle of the line. I have as many men asking me questions as I have women asking me questions. I find there'll sort of be spurts where I'll have sort of more of my feedback will be from men asking questions about their relationships, not necessarily just about sex. And then it'll balance out again with women. But I would find usually 50-50, and I would even go so far as to say that if it is going to skew in any direction, more questions from men. And I would probably say that that's because there aren't that many platforms for men to ask questions about love and sex and relationships. I think the stereotype is that men just want to shag and they don't have any feelings and they don't...
yeah, that's pretty much right.
So I think that when they actually have these feelings and these things that they want to talk about, there are very few avenues for them to go to for a response in that regard.
Sorry, did you say something?
You're an idiot. How are you dealing with this?
You just
Every
switch off.
day.
That's why they say I've got ADB.
Yeah,
Because you
butterflies.
just switch off and then you bring a new topic into the conversation.
And you do that
Isn't
remarkably
this a bit
well,
like,
guys.
isn't this a bit like how you would work with toddlers? Distract them with something else.
Listen, Dottie,
Yes.
why is there? And I mean, because we've done shows for quite a while.
Yeah.
Why is there this obsession, either mainly from men, okay, but also with women, of the size of a man's genital area? Why is there
Have
such?
we not covered
'cause-
this at least 3 times?
Yeah, but I'm just sitting and thinking,
we
when you
take-
do this survey thing that you're
Yeah.
going to be doing,
Is that
is
question
that
in
going
there?
is that going to be part of it?
That specific question, I actually don't know. I think when we were doing the brainstorm on Wednesday, it might have come up, but no, that was certainly off the top of my head, that wasn't a question that we were
Okay.
thinking of including.
Remember-
Just because I think that, there's certain sex stereotypes that people love to go on, and that's one of them, that penis size actually matters. So we have the conversation that penis size matters or doesn't matter, and then we spend, 5 years, or every 5 years, this becomes an issue. Then we have the other sex myth is men go through their sexual peak much younger than women, and then we go through that thing. Then there's the thing
Yes.
about like cougars, and then there's the thing about. So I think these, they're just a whole bunch of things that are messaging. There's just a whole bunch of sex messaging that's gone out that I think we wouldn't be talking about if we weren't talking about it. I don't know if that makes sense. Like penis size, you know what, it does matter.
Sure.
A micro penis is really, really small, and a micro penis is literally the size of your thumb.
Have you seen that
Very
documentary?
few- No,
The man with the smallest penis in the
in
world.
the world.
have you seen it?
No.
I don't want to see that.
You
not
showed
sure I
it to
wanna
me.
see it.
You gave it to me.
Oh, Was it the
That was a
Howard
bit
Stern thing?
accusatory.
No, man.
Ian.
It was
Oh, it was
that
an
BBC
actual
Was that a bit
documentary.
accusatory?
It was a story.
This guy has
A very small.
when his penis was erect, it was
Yeah, that's a micro
like
penis.
about that.
Yeah.
And he wanted to go and mold it. Don't you remember?
Oh, I
And he
remember
went into
that.
that woman's flat, and she had Jimi Hendrix cock and all sorts of people's penises molded. They'd taken them away, and they'd gone and molded their own
You
own
know
penis.
that you can do that. There's a whole kit for you to do that.
Can you do that for women?
Yes, there are molds for. There's actually a woman in South Africa that does it, and she was at the Sexpo. She was at the last Cape Town Sexpo. I forget her name now, but she does vagina casts. I don't know how they would work though.
Casting
it's probably
for
just vulva
vaginas,
cast
yes.
because I can't imagine that they would actually get up into the vagina.
www.castyourvagina.com.
Is that
But
a,
is that South African or because there's a South African one?
Okay, Dottie, there's a question here for you.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever listened to the sex talk pioneer Dr. Ruth?
Of course.
And what are your thoughts?
Oh, Dr. Ruth.
Dr. Ruth!
That's interesting.
We only do it one day. Dr. Ruth.
I have, but not extensively, and not extensively enough to discuss Dr. Ruth or any of the other, like where the people that I read or the people that I listen to are incredibly far-reaching. So I wouldn't say that I've read Dr. Ruth's stuff or listened to her enough to form a valid opinion about it. Unfortunately, that's the best I can answer.
Okay.
Like a lot of the places that I get my information from that I would deem sort of top-notch information for me would be Kinsey Confidential, the Kinsey Reports, the website from there. And then, yeah.
Sasha's. Oh, look. Breakfast.
Butterflies.
What?
Never mind. ADB. So, what was the other question I was going to ask you? I can't remember.
Wow, you were distracted there.
Who I was?
Oh.
Sorry.
Right, so penis size. So, yeah, it does matter if it's really, really small, but I think in general, if you've got a healthy
Member.
penis, a healthy member,
Yeah.
then no one's going to be upset by that. And there's no such thing. The other great thing is, like, as a large vagina, I had a lover once who told me that the reason, and he was under-endowed, so he wasn't really, really small, but he wasn't really, really big. And we didn't last for very long, and mainly because the main breakup came when he said to me that he wasn't coming because my vagina was too flappy. And I was like, that's a deal breaker, bitch. And you're out. Because there's no such thing as a
Did
flappy.
he say
He
that?
actually said
Yes.
that to you.
He said I
What a
was too big.
dick.
You know, a vagina's a muscle, so you can strengthen it, and it can get a little bit looser, but it's a muscle, so you strengthen it, you make it stronger, and
You've got some big balls to say that.
what?
Well, clearly not.
No, but I mean,
No, well, yeah, right?
hey,
I think it was
Rojas.
just rude.
But I can't
That's very rude.
can't
That is
shoot the
very
goo
rude.
yet.
No, it's fantastically rude, and that's why I always had no problems going like,
horribly rude.
we're done now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
What a twat. What's his
So
name?
I think like the penis size, I think there are also misconceptions about vaginas.
Yeah. Okay. That's very interesting.
is it true that
Daisy, what do you think about those two subjects?
Well, we had this debate the other day.
was
that
it with a lot of people?
It was you, me, and Sasha.
Oh, so it was a mass debate.
Did you get my joke? It's good, eh?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I can't deal. And they said it was when Kate had her baby, and this is not talking about what that
Oh,
guy
Kate,
said
Kate,
to
Princess
you.
Kate.
Yeah.
Kate, yeah, Kate.
And they said that a woman should never give birth naturally because the vagina will never be the same again.
Oh, it ends up with a flappy paddle gearbox. You don't want that.
Oh my God! Are you
Save-
serious?
And that you should
Yeah.
just throw it onto the William Nicol or something. I can't remember the
What?
exact words
No,
they used.
it's like throwing a banana down
Yeah,
the
that's,
William Nick.
Are
that's
you
exactly
serious?
what they said.
Hey. Save
Hello,
the beaver.
Sasha. The 1950s called.
Save-
They like their stereotypical thoughts back.
Save the beaver, have a Caesar.
Yep. Caesar's
Jesus.
Palace, man, all the
How
way.
disgusting,
Oh
hey,
my God.
Darty.
Get a
that's-
sunroof.
That is ridiculous. I've known many women who have given natural childbirth, and you do the exercise and you do your Kegels, and everything goes straight back to where it was. In fact, a lot of women say they have better sex after they've given childbirth, after they've given natural childbirth.
Natural childbirth.
Well, natural. They've given vaginal childbirth. All childbirth is natural. So
Listen, I've
That's an interesting topic.
I've watched a natural childbirth, and let me tell you something. What you women go through to give natural birth, I have huge respect. But it has to change your anatomy in some way. You cannot physically go through that, go through natural childbirth, and I'm being deadly serious here. It has to change.
how would it change?
Because your body changes. It has to change you. It just does. It naturally does.
What does naturally mean? What? So you get like your hormonal. I mean, I don't know anything about what happens with a woman's body, medically when it. But so your hips expand, your vaginal canal expands. Why are we talking about this?
Because you've got to push out a
Hormonal
really
stuff.
big.
Yeah, and then it all slips back into place afterwards.
Exactly.
Hey, fine. Okay.
If you tear, you get like a little stitches. Don't they get stitches?
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets fixed up.
Why are we discussing this?
I don't know. Anyway, moving along.
I brought it up.
Oh, right.
Yes. Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
your
and
fault.
with good cause, because that was a comment that needed challenging. That is, I'm very disappointed.
Oh well.
Oh, well. Tough luck.
not like you care.
You'll get over it.
Anyway, yes, what else?
Okay, so now when are you going back to Cape Town?
Sunday.
Nice. Are you here for the weekend?
I'm here for the weekend.
Lovely. You going to the rugby tomorrow? Because I know you're a massive
No,
sports fan.
Absolutely not. No part of me is interested in that.
Oh.
Have you done anything interesting while you've been in Joburg?
Anything.
Yeah. Or
Yes.
anyone.
Because
What?
Cape Townians are very rude about Joburg, actually.
I have never been rude about Joburg, not even once. I love Joburg.
Do you?
Yeah, I really do.
Okay.
I love
So,
Joburg. I
Have
love.
you been to any nice places, new restaurants?
I went to. Oh, I went to this fantastic restaurant. I don't know where it was.
Because you're with Mel and she went to dinner the other night. At
That
the
was an amazing
1920.
meal.
She went to 1920.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
1920.
Yeah, and
Best-
she thought it was a very strange time to go to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Until somebody said, "It's the
the
restaurant,
restaurant."
you dork."
It was amazing food. And then I went to this business lunch on Wednesday at a place called Free Food, which makes vegan food, which is the most amazing vegan food I have ever had in my life.
Gotta
No meat, no gluten,
go there.
no milk.
Not.
It
I
was
mean,
amazing.
I'm sure it was.
No, it was amazing. I know it's a tiny little place. They do takeaways. Anyway, free food. Check them out. They're amazing.
And do they charge you for it?
Yes.
What's the point?
I think they meant like conceptually free.
What's the point? Why don't you just go outside and grab a bunch of
Free of all
leaves
the
or
bad
something and
stuff.
just eat it?
It was delicious.
Unbelievable.
So
Okay.
are those all the 6 things you got from me today? Is that it?
I mean, yeah.
Penis size, vaginal changes after birth.
Yeah.
What was the other thing?
Dottie, how can people get hold of you? Because often we chat to you and then you just disappear, and we've always failed to mention your website and you on Twitter. So
Oh, right.
just go through those again for people to be able to get hold of you.
I have a website called thedotspot.net. If you don't like any kind of porn and you don't like talking about sex, do not go there. If you like seeing naked people and talking about sex, then you can go there. I'm also on Facebook, which is Facebook
Which is so
/
1990s.
Black. What?
Facebook.
Facebook. Wow, it's great for pages. Anyway. And on Twitter, obviously, at Dorothy Black.
Okay.
Which is awesome.
That is awesome. You're going to be at Sexpo this year? Are you going to get a stand?
You must stand for what?
Well, I think a lot of people, I think you'd attract a huge amount of attention in terms of people wanting to chat to you.
No, listen. Every time I go to the Sexpo and they've got those like sad little corners where the one person is standing talking to 20,000 open seats,
Oh,
I feel
no. I know.
terribly sorry for them.
Yeah. Okay. So you wouldn't subject
no.
yourself to that?
No. But I'm also on Instagram, and if you go there, every now and then I post photos from my fetish parties that I go to, which are always sometimes fun.
What are fetish parties?
Fetish parties? It's where someone will host a space, and then people go and do all kinds of crazy things like groping or flogging or...
What's flogging?
Flogging. Flogging is when you get flogged, you get whipped.
Oh.
I mean, there are different kinds of things to get flogged with, but...
Yeah,
So,
interesting.
yeah.
I'm trying to find you on Instagram here.
Instagram would be... I think it's just Dorothy Black. Instagram. There.
This one here.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. And then the final thing that I have you ever seen that weird sex fetish where they put hooks through people's skins
Oh, yeah.
and then tie them up?
Yeah, there's a word for that. I can't remember it now.
Yeah, gross.
Why is it gross? I think the funny thing that people don't understand about any sort of pain in sex, you think of it as pain, like being flogged or needled or hooked, and yet it's not a pain. Once it goes into that space, once you're being hooked or flogged or needled or whatever, it doesn't feel like pain. It feels obviously painful. There is an element of pain. It hurts, but it's a good kind of hurt. I don't know how to explain.
Is that
I
what
don't
you've
know about that one.
Is that what you spoke? Have you? You've never done it before, right?
No, I've never been. I don't get hooked or needled or anything, but I do enjoy getting flogged, which is a lot of fun.
We've been trying to find a paddle for the studio so we can get Daisy
Yes.
to.
We're trying to get a paddle from the bedroom.
To paddle
Oh.
whom? You
Well,
guys.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Dorothy.
Daisy wants to.
Daisy
have a
wants
go.
to paddle.
You want to paddle or you want to
No.
be paddled?
No, I want to hit them.
Oh, smart. You probably just want to get more of like a cane or whip so
Oh,
you can
smart.
actually just smack him over the head from where he's sitting.
Wow.
It's just an idea.
What did I
It
do?
is just an
I have
idea.
been very, very.
I've got a question for you guys.
controlled.
You've all been
Yes,
to Cape
go for
Town,
it.
obviously.
Yes,
Never,
we like Cape
never
Town.
been to Cape Town.
So I want to know, like, who do you think is the kinkier, more open-minded between the two?
Joburg or Cape Town?
Joburg or Cape Town?
Cape Town.
Kinky, open-minded.
No.
Yeah.
I think Johannesburg people.
Because, I mean, Johannesburg are where, like, that's where all the big swingers clubs are happening. That's where all the big fetish parties happen. People aren't shy here to get involved. In Cape Town, they're still a bit scared of who's
Bit
going to see them.
undergroundish.
And also, like, you know, there are 5 people in Cape Town. Everyone knows each other.
This is very true.
I couldn't live in Cape Town. No disrespect, but it's just too small.
Yeah, it's very
It's too
small.
small.
Huh? It's very
It's, well, it's.
I mean, I love it, but it's tiny.
It's a little village
Yeah.
with quite a few
I
idiots.
think Joburg people are very
You
open-minded.
shut your mouth, Sasha.
Shut your mouth
You
there.
didn't mean that at all.
I didn't, of course not. Take it all back.
Lies.
Not. Anyway, listen.
Yes.
It's terrific fun. Where are you going? You going out for lunch now?
We're going out for lunch now.
Oh, very nice.
Melissa's planned a day of fun and excitement for me.
Yeah, that should be rather exciting.
And then later meeting some people.
Yeah, well,
being-
clearly, none of us were invited.
No.
to
No,
this meeting
sorry.
of people.
That's awkward.
That's
No, you
no.
weren't. Right, so
That's all
time
right.
to go, Mel. Okay.
How? I mean, I can't believe that you didn't invite us to maybe join you.
Excuse me, Sasha.
for
When
a
you're in
drink.
Cape Town, how often do you let me know that you're there?
I fly in
when-
and fly out.
This is not my problem. How long does a coffee take? Huh? Not long.
Dottie, I'd
Good, this
invite
is just
you.
me.
I'd let you know.
Thank you, Daisy. Of course you would.
Trouble, I mean.
Ian might invite me. I might be scared of that, so I probably wouldn't.
You really are scared of me, aren't you?
I wouldn't say I'm scared. You know, scared is a very, very strong word, Ian. Let's say maybe there's
Cautious?
an element of cautious, creeped out, maybe.
Creeped out.
Crept out. English 101.
Creeped out, okay,
Creeped
yeah.
out. Oh no, that's so rude.
It is
All
a little
right.
bit rude.
Yeah, it is very
I mean
rude.
that in the sweetest possible way.
Yeah,
and I really
in an
do.
endearing
that was
kind
meant,
of a way.
Meant as comedic effect, and I didn't.
Mel
mean
knows
to.
me. She knows I'm not. Okay, so maybe she doesn't.
Wow.
Creeped out.
Everyone's creeped out. Dottie, it's great to see you again.
It's been great. Fun.
Please,
Thank you,
please come and
everybody.
visit us again.
Yeah.
I'll do this thing.
Okay. Have a beautiful
So
afternoon.
nice to meet you,
Ciao.
Dottie.
Bye.
Hi,
And
Dottie.
enjoy the rest of your time
What
here in
happens now? How
Joburg.
do I go? Do I
Well, you
just,
get
like,
up and you just walk out.
Get up
Yeah,
and walk away.
yeah we'll
Yeah,
say
just-
goodbye.
just
I'm so used to
Hug
clicking
and stuff.
We'll play a little song.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye, Dottie.
Weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Central African Time.
Beautiful.
Gears with Sasha Martinengo.